Hello everybody. In this video, I will briefly introduce my sustainable city, Seoul, and develop few action plans for Seoul. Seoul is the capital city of Korea, the largest metropolis of South Korea, with the surrounding of Incheon metropolis and Gyeonggi province. Seoul forms the heart of the Seoul capital area. Seoul is also ranked as an alpha world city around the world that contains 9.776 million population, that is higher than London and New York City. Seoul also has a growing rate of 0.13% annually in their population as well. Seoul is a city that contains a long period of history. Seoul strategically located along the Han River, as you can see in the picture. Seoul's history stretched all the way back over 2,000 years ago, when it was founded in 18 BC by the people of Bije, one of the three kingdoms of Korea. The city was later designated the capital of Korea under the Joseon dynasty. Since South Korea was started in 1948, it has been the capital, except for a short period of time during the Korean War. So, Seoul became the most important city in 1948 and after on for Korea. Seoul is the most important city for Korean economy. Seoul was the world's fourth largest city economy with a GDP of 635 billion in 2014, to sit right after Tokyo, New York City, and Los Angeles. As you can see on the page, the GDP per capita for Seoul is $31,431 per person, and the GDP in different sectors is agriculture 4.68%, industry 24.52%, services 70.48%. Lastly, the HDI for Seoul is 0.906, which include life expectancy at birth, average education levels, and standard of living. Seoul's economy can be separated into three sectors, which is primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary sectors in Seoul include agriculture, mining, forestry, grazing, hunting, and also fishing. The secondary sectors of Seoul's economy include second processing of raw materials, food manufacturing, and also industry manufacturing as well. Lastly, the tertiary sector for Seoul covers a wide range of activities from commerce to administration, transport, financial, and real estate activities, and also business, personal services such as education, health, and social work. This map demonstrates Seoul's city structure very well because it labeled many famous features along the Han River through a very clear way for people to understand. Based on my research, I classified Seoul as a type of concentric model because they both share many similarities with each other. In Seoul, there is a CBD, which is the central business district, that located in the center of the city, and a zone of mixed use with both commercial buildings and residential buildings. And there are also low-class residential zones and high-class residential zone. And lastly, there's also commuter zone for Seoul as well. Seoul does a very good job on their transportation. Seoul's public transportation pass system allows passengers to travel between Seoul and Gyeonggi province using all type of public transportation, and it has been recently named as one of the world's best public transportation system. Seoul is connected to every big Korean city by the Korean train E-Express high-speed train, which goes more than 300 km per hour. Seoul has a big subway that connects every part of the city and many other close cities as well. Seoul's bus system is operated by the government, with 4 bus areas servicing most of the city. Lastly, there are also 2 airports close to Seoul. One is Gimpo International Airport, and the other is Incheon International Airport. After the Second World War, the society of South Korea began a massive shift from agriculture to industrial, which was only accelerated by the Korean War. According to the war between North and South Korea, 75% of the population was living in rural areas, in which is drastically different than the current state of South Korea, in which 82% of the population lives in urban areas. So, in the next following pages, I will provide 2 action plans that help and keep Seoul sustainable. Industry and manufacturing in South Korea skyrocketed in the 1970s under the rule of dictator Park Chung-hee. Unfortunately, during this time, maintaining an adequate protection of the country's ecosystem was a remote second priority as compared to improving the economic development of the nation. So, I will provide 2 action plans to improve the livability, environmental, and economic prospect for the city. Infrastructure improvement is the most essential need for people in Seoul. All the money through the plan will be gained from public through taxes and private through user fees. On this page, this action plan will improve the livability for people in Seoul and the city at the same time. This newly designed house provides a practical, sustainable, and most importantly, cheap house for people that wants to live in Seoul. The house is built using local, easily obtained materials, including palm leaves and also bamboo in Seoul. On this page, the second action will improve Seoul's environment and people that live in Seoul. Most cars run on oil, petrol, and diesel. As people are using cars as their transportation, burning oil in the car comes with a huge environmental price tag. Petrol and diesel's oil cars emit CO2 and other harmful gas which will heat our planet and destroy our environment. So, overly producing pollution will be extremely harmful to our health and our environment. So, the efficient action plan for clean air is to reduce the amount of cars in the city and promote more affordable public transportation, which cities can help population to go more car-free more often. Thank you for watching.